Alright, so here we are back in Brettnik3's shooting studio. And in this third segment of how to play chess, I'm going to teach you how to win. Some people choose to lose, say to a younger brother or sister, so that they don't cry and start hitting. But if you're playing against an adult that's played before, you might want to win. So I'm going to teach you the fundamentals of winning. And note, this isn't a strategy lesson. This is what a checkmate looks like. So let's just say that me and my stuffed animal buddy over there have played a long game of chess that's taken like forever, and I have my king retreated into this corner. I have a queen over here, bishop over here, a rook over there, and that's it. I find their last bishop was on this square, and I surprise attacked it from over here with the queen. So they now have lost all of their pieces except for the king, who has retreated there. Now, as you can see, it is not directly attackable. But if we move back here, that puts the king into check because it can be taken by the queen. A very common strategy for an opponent to use, but often fatal to them, is to move one over, getting it closer in the corner. And just in my opinion, a corner is the ideal place for a checkmate to occur. Why? Well, because there aren't many escape routes. There are 3 spaces for the king to take. So here is the next step to this checkmate. You need the queen here. Why? Because that limits a range of movement that the other person can do. So just let me adjust the camera here. Alright. That limits the range of movement the other person can do, because now it stays in this little box. It can't move out of that. Now, for their next move, they are most likely going to retreat into that corner. You must keep them in this position if you want this checkmate to happen. There is no check right now, but it is going to happen. Now, at this point in time, the bishop is worthless, because at this point it's on a white space, but this is the black bishop. If you don't know what I mean, watch my How to Play Chess 2 basic movement, and then you'll get the point. Okay, so now they've moved, and it's our turn again. At this point in time, you're going to want to move the rook up to there. Why? Because that even more limits the range of movement, because now they're stuck in this row. They have 4 other spaces. That's 4 more turns that they can live for. So what do we do now? We try and smoke them out and put them in check by the bishop. How do you do that? You move the bishop there. That means that there's only one more space that can be covered. These are the 3 movement options for him. I have this option sealed off by my bishop, I have this option sealed off by my rook, and I have this option sealed off by my rook. What's that mean? Moves here, then the bishop takes it. Nope. Moves here, then the rook takes it. Nope. Moves here, then the rook takes it. What's that mean? Checkmate. You've won. And the main strategy to do that is to play as near perfect game as possible. And in my opinion, a perfect game is taking all of them out, which I just showed you in that example, and keeping as many of your pieces as possible. Some people may say that chess is a game of sacrifice. That is some people's strategy. Do not sacrifice every piece you have. You will not win with only a king. You may come really close, but it is not possible to win with only a king. I'll show you what I mean right now. Wait, can I? Do I have time? Yeah. Alright, I have time to show you what a turned king checkmate is. This is not possible. This game will, must, and can end up in a draw. Yeah. So let's just say that after about 5 turns, you've mustered up there, and he's got over there. Guess what? That's as far as you go. You move here, you put yourself on the check, and you lose. Here, check. You can move here and have nothing. The way that King's double checkmate works, that's what I call it. It's not the official name. It works by if you check the other person, then you're checked. So in this point in time, there's a draw. What else is there? Oh, castling. So so again, in the aftermath of the game, I have pieces. I managed to save 1 rook, but they managed to save their queen and their king. Move it there. No, I want it here. And they have the strategy of escorting the king with the queen, which is actually a good strategy. They move one after the other, kind of like legs on a human. They make the bigger person. So the first move is, it's their turn, and their first move in this point is to move that. Because that way they have what could be called a wall. How do you escape that wall and still be living? You castle. Because at this point in time, the queen has one to two moves, and you can be easily checkmated with the king. How do you escape that castle? How do you escape that? You castle. And this is a real move. If you do not believe me, look it up on the internet. This is a real, legal, chess tournament approved move. You move king over 2 spaces, and you put the rook next to it. Yeah, but what does that mean? That means that you just sacrificed your rook, which is a good strategy. Because now the queen moves down there. You're in check. What are you going to do? Can't be more obvious than that. The only problem is now, the game ends in a draw because there is no check state possible with 2 kings. Let me think. What else is there that I can show you? Oh, a fork. You have a knight here, and 2 pawns surviving. What's this called? It's called a fork. No, don't go eat your dinner with chess pieces. Sorry, that was a petty joke. In a fork, you are guaranteed to capture 1 piece if you go through with it. At this point in time, this is not a real game situation because the 2 kings are missing. That'd be game over. So here is the fork example. You can move here. Alright, so you just moved into this fork. Alright, you just moved into that fork. Because you were here, and now you moved there. Now it's their turn. What are they going to do? The only thing they can do. Pawn here, pawn here. They're going to move it up. It doesn't matter which one, so we're going to do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe, if he hollers, let him go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So we move this one up. And as you notice, it's on the 3rd row, not the 2nd, so it can only move 1 space. Oh, so what does that mean? You just lost your capture there. But you know what? You also got your capture there. How much time do I have? Alright, I'm going to cut there because I only have about 10 seconds of video left before it's not acceptable on YouTube. So, this is coming live from Brettnik3's recording studio, and we'll be back soon teaching you what a pin looks like.